Hello, everybody. My name is Ryan Koki of the Seahawk Recap Show, and welcome to the Seahawk game recap of Week 16, Thursday Night Football, Seattle Seahawks versus the LA Rams. And yeah, that is an insane game, insane divisional game. Oh my God, that is a playoff berth for the Seahawks. Oh my God, man. This is going to be an insane episode for me. I am sorry. I'm going to let my emotions probably get the best of me here. But, anyways, man, that game, heart palpitations the whole time. And let's just get into it before I ramble on too much more in the intro. If you like this video, please consider giving it a like. It lets me know if I'm doing a good job with these videos or not. And if you would like to please subscribe to the channel so you don't only miss out on any Seahawks future content from me, but also I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of the year. That would be greatly appreciated. The game summary: Seahawks 38 to the Rams 37, an OT win at Lumen Field. Let's talk about the Seattle Seahawks stats because they were the home team. Seattle ended the day with 415 total yards, 244 yards passing, 171 yards rushing. They averaged 6.6 yards per play, had 22 first downs. They went 4 for 11 on third down. Didn't go for it on fourth down. We'll talk about that. They had 63 total plays, 4 sacks allowed, 5 punts, 5 penalties for 40 yards, had 1 fumble lost from Cooper Kupp, and 2 interceptions thrown by Sam Darnold, one to Wallace, and the other one by Kobe Turner getting an interception. And the Seahawks ended the day off with 26 minutes and 14 seconds of possession time. For the LA Rams, they ended the day off with 581 yards of total offense, 457 yards passing, 124 yards rushing. They averaged 6.6 yards per play, 26 first downs. They went 8 for 20 on third down. They went 2 for 3 on fourth down, had 88 total plays in this game, 0 sacks allowed, 4 punts, 8 penalties for 54 yards given up, 0 fumbles lost, 0 interceptions thrown by Matthew Stafford, and the time of possession was 40 minutes and 33 seconds. For Ryan's focus players, let's talk about Sam Darnold. 22 for 34, 270 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, the 2 interceptions, and I will get to it, okay? Sam Darnold, the 2 interceptions are completely on him. The Wallace interception, the Josh Wallace interception, was a complete and utter mess this game. It was just Sam Darnold throwing the ball where he sees nothing open. There's nothing open downfield. There's nothing open on his screen pass that he's throwing. And Josh Wallace just sits there, fakes out Sam Darnold's eyes, and he throws it and just sits on it and picks it off. And Sam Darnold, man, his first half was insane. 6 passes in the first half. 6. And he is a guy that struggles against the LA Rams. I don't know what it is. He's had 6 interceptions this season alone when it comes with facing the LA Rams. For some reason, Dan Chula, I believe his name is the defensive coordinator for the Rams. He's got the number of Sam Darnold, but with Sam Darnold, he comes back. He throws the first pick to Josh Wallace, and then he throws another pick to the defensive nose tackle of Colby Turner in the end zone. And you look at that, the Seahawks are already down by 16 in the fourth, and you're like, oh, the game's over. The game's just over. But no, Sam Darnold rallies the troops back, scoring 2 touchdowns to put this game away in OT. A lot of things to talk about Sam Darnold. He can't play in big games. He has a trouble against the Rams. Yeah, those are things that you can criticize him for, but I don't want to hear Seahawks fans. I don't understand what's wrong with us on social media, but when we get down in a game, the game doesn't end when the other team could blow a 16-point lead in the fourth. You have to believe in this team. You have to believe in Sam Darnold because he is the QB1, whether you like it or not. I was hearing people say, you know what, after those 2 interceptions, he needs to be benched for Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe is not coming on the field for at least another 2 years. He needs to develop. Plus, he wasn't even active because he was the emergency third QB. So, guys, Sam Darnold will have games that perplex you. Sam Darnold will have games like this where he throws some mind-boggling interceptions, but there's a reason why he came back in this game. His resilience is palpable. So believe in him because we all have to. He is the Seahawks' future QB for at least the next 3 years, potentially. So we got to get on board. So not a perfect game from Sam Darnold, but he led this team to victory. He rallied back. The JSN touchdown in overtime, the 2-point conversion in overtime to win it, and the AJ Barner touchdown when he was able to throw it down the field and throw it down the field well with a little bit more pocket presence and things like that. And he makes the right decisions. He throws some beautiful balls. The AJ Barner touchdown was immense to help us get back into this game and tie it up at 30-30, because then we went for a 2-point conversion and it was a fluky 2-point conversion, but the whistle didn't blow. Zach Charbonnet grabs it. It's 2 points. It's 30-30. We take it in overtime and we win it. So good game from Sam Darnold. I can overlook the picks now that we've won this game after coming back from a 16-point deficit in the fourth quarter. But man, you got to clean up some of your stuff. Let's get to Kenneth Walker. What a game from Kenneth Walker. 11 carries, 100 yards, averaged 9.1 yards per carry, the 1 rushing touchdown. He had 3 receptions for 64 yards, averaging 21.3 yards, no touchdowns. But man, Kenneth Walker, I am so glad he had as good of a game as he did, because that 55-yard scamper into the end zone in the second quarter is what we love to see out of Kenneth Walker. His explosiveness is insane today, or last night, rather. He was insane in this game. The screen pass that got him the majority of his yards, I think it was a 36-yard gain after having to call a screen pass on, what, 3rd and 18 or something like that. That was insane. And Kenneth Walker, his ability to fight, his ability to run through guys if he needs to. He has underrated power in his burst, and he's a fighter, man. And he showed it up here. Great game from Kenneth Walker. I got no notes for him. He did everything on the field to try to keep us in it until Sam Darnold woke up. So good game from him. Let's talk about the tight end, AJ Barner. 4 receptions, 49 yards, averaged 12.2 yards per reception, had the 1 touchdown to essentially tie the game for the Seahawks so that they could take it into overtime, or at least have a chance to take it into overtime. AJ Barner, man, what a freak of nature. He is our number 1 tight end, just flat out. He has had a fantastic season, but in this game in particular, his 4 receptions were immaculate. He was always there to help out, kind of be a safety blanket for Sam Darnold when he got scared and spooked this game. And this is what having a reliable tight end, good feel like. Second year out of Michigan, brilliant to see AJ Barner have this type of game. That touchdown where he makes it so that he's wide open, freaks out the safeties on the other side of the Rams, and gets that massive catch. He's 6'5", I think. And man, his catch radius, his ability to fight for the football, make sure that he climbs the proverbial ladder and grabs some of those catches that he does is insane. Good game from him, and I might as well add this too. The Barnyard, he has had 10 rushes on the season. 9 of them are first downs. Great game from AJ Barner. The Seahawks defense, Leonard Williams, 2 sole tackles, 2 assisted, 0 sacks, 0 forced fumbles, and the Seahawks defense had a shambolic game last night. Again, 581 yards of total offense, man. Like that's unacceptable. This defense is still, I believe, one of the best defenses in the league, and they showed up. They had a really rough game against the LA Rams today. I am not going to deny that fact. They just did. But in the fourth quarter, when everything is on the line, they showed up and showed out, forcing 3 3-and-outs in a row, making sure that, they don't bend but don't break. And you look at that team, and it's guys like Leonard Williams who put on pressure on Matthew Stafford in the fourth quarter. It's the veteran leadership that is going to lead us into the playoffs. It's going to need to be them. And Leonard Williams, although he doesn't look great on the stat sheet, he had some pretty darn good things to say in that fourth quarter. The first half, I'll talk about later on, but man, a decent day from Leonard Williams. DB, let's get to safety, rookie, Nick Imamori, 7 solo tackles, 4 assisted, 0 sacks, 0 interceptions. And I'm highlighting Nick Imamori here. I hope he is okay because he got taken out of this game in the fourth quarter because of a concussion. Now, he has cleared concussion protocol, so that's a good thing. He could have returned to the game, but they decided against it, the Seahawks. So I think Nick Imamori had a good game. I think in terms of our entire secondary, he, in the first half of this game and throughout the game, really, was the only guy that really showed up. When things broke down, he was the guy to make the surefire tackles. He was trying his absolute heart out. What more can you say about Nicky Mamori? This guy is a Seahawk, and he lives and breathes football. You can just see it from the second round pick out of South Carolina. So good game from him. Glad he cleared concussion protocol, and hopefully we'll see him next week against the Carolina Panthers on the 28th. The linebacker, DeMarcus Lawrence, 3 sole tackles, 6 assisted, 0 sacks, 0 interceptions, and another guy. I am highlighting the veterans because this Seahawks defense did not play well in the first half. They did not play well in the third quarter. That's why they were down by 16 points. But in the fourth quarter, who needs to step up? It's not the young guys. The young guys would be nice. You need that kind of camaraderie. But it's the veterans. It's the grizzled vets on this team that put pressure on Matthew Stafford. They needed to, and they did. DeMarcus Lawrence, he has been a godsend on the edge, playing that left edge rusher role, and he's been good. So great game from DeMarcus Lawrence in the fourth, helping out the team get this win, and that's why veteran leadership is so important to try to erase a 16-point lead for the Rams in the fourth quarter to come back and win this game. That's what veteran leadership is all about. That's why the Seahawks have built the defense that they have this way. Let's get to the LA Rams. Quarterback Matthew Stafford, 29 for 49, 457 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. That should say no interceptions, not 40. My apologies. But we look at Matthew Stafford, man. Good God, is he insane? I have to give him his flowers because the man is doing this at like 36, 35, 34, and he's MVP. He's MVP this season. The way he is able to maneuver himself as a gunslinger, he is one of the truest pocket passers left in this league, and he can still sling the rock at this juncture. It is insane. Um, Puka Nakua, another guy that is just insane. No Devontae Adams, but no problem for Matthew Stafford. He could find anybody on the field that he wants. And he was using a bunch of rookies out there. And he commands the field and attention. So good game for Matthew Stafford. Played mistake-free football, the 3 touchdowns. Not much more that Matthew Stafford can really do in this game. Running back Kyren Williams, 23 carries, 70 yards, average 3 yards per carry, 0 touchdowns. Kyren Williams in that first half ran the Seahawks show. Every single time the Seahawks couldn't stop the Rams offensive line from bullying them on the line of scrimmage. That is really unheard of this season because the Seahawks defense is one of the best defensive fronts in football. To see them get pushed around that entire first half was mental. Kyren Williams, man, he's just a gritty runner. You're missing Devontae Adams in this game. You're gonna lean on Kyren Williams and Blake Corum, and that's exactly what Sean McVay and the Rams did this game. Immense, powerful running. Like Kyren Williams wouldn't go down in a lot of instances, man. Like he kept fighting for yards. And it just shows you that 23 carries, yeah, that's the game plan for the LA Rams against this Seahawks defensive front because they just believe that their all offensive line is better than the defensive front that they go up against, and there's a reason why the Rams are one of the best teams in the NFC for that reason. Good game from Kyren Williams. Let's get to the man of the hour, wide receiver Puka Nakua, 12 receptions, 225 yards, average 18.8 yards per reception, the 2 touchdowns. Puka Nakua and JSN are fighting it out right now for who is the best receiver in the league. And looking at JSN's numbers, I'm going to just say he had 8 receptions for 92 yards and the 1 touchdown, obviously, in overtime. But you look at Puka Nakua, the Seahawks secondary had no answer for him because what's interesting about Puka Nakua's game is not only is he a super fast wide receiver that has a release that he just fights through everything. He makes corners look silly. His route running is insane. And he was doing some like level concepts. They were doing some freaky stuff with the motions and things to get favorable matchups against Josh Jobe. Majority of this game, Puka Nakua was going up against Josh Jobe and immediately just toasting him because that's just who Puka Nakua is. He is a monster of a human being. That's why he has 225 yards on this game last night. He's mental. So great game from Puka Nakua. Hate to see it because again, he's in our division. We have to face him twice a year. I have so much respect for him, but it's also a deep hatred because I don't want to see him on the Rams anymore. Get rid of him. Get out of the conference. But anyways, let's talk about defensive tackle, nose tackle, Kobe Turner. 1 solo tackle, 2 assisted, 1.5 sacks, the 1 interception. He and Jared Verse were manhandling the offensive line last night. No Charles Cross on the left tackle spot, but it doesn't matter because Kobe Turner was making sure that Jack Sundell and Gray Zabel, of all people, had his worst game as a pro. And that's all thanks to Kobe Turner, man. He is he's a freak. He's a freak. I don't know how someone that big can just push and fight and claw like he did last night. He was batting balls at the line. He was making sure that Sam Darnold got uncomfortable in the pocket, and he got a couple QB hits on him. And he also got the interception. Didn't drop into coverage or anything, Kobe Turner. He just put his hands up and caught the ball. Literally. Like that's just it. That's what he did. So Kobe Turner and this defensive front for the Rams, man, this is going to be a hell of a playoff matchup when the Seahawks face the Rams in the playoffs, hopefully this season, because this is going to be, these are the two best teams in the NFC, point blank, period. So good game from Kobe Turner. Cornerback Josh Wallace, 6 solo tackles, 0 assisted, 0 sacks, the 1 interception. Josh Wallace, man. I would be lying if I said I knew who that was. He came in last night and he put on a show. He blew up a couple of screen passes that were thrown in this game. His tackling, there's a reason why he had 6 solo tackles as a corner, because he's just able to do what he needs to do in the tackling department. He was secure on a lot of his tackles. The 1 interception, again, I already mentioned it with the Sam Darnold segment, but he just fools Sam Darnold. He just fools Sam Darnold, makes him look like a fool. Goes, oh, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go up. I'm going to go up. I'm going to go up. Oh, I'm still reading your eyes. Oh, and then I'm just going to trick you so that you look over there. And then I'm just going to sit. I'm just going to sit in the middle and pick your ball off and then take it to the 5-yard line and let Blake Corum score off of that turnover. So great game from Josh Wallace. I know he came into the slot for the Rams because you have an injury to your slot corner, and this guy apparently hadn't played slot this entire season, but he looked good in this game. So game recognizes game. Good game from the corner, Josh Wallace. Linebacker Jared Verse, 1 solo tackle, 3 assisted, half a sack, no interceptions. Jared Verse, Kobe Turner. Good God. Did they have a monstrous game? His ability to push the pile and to basically bully the left tackle in Josh Jones last night, insane. He was all over the formation. He was going up against Josh Jones sometimes. He was going against Abe Lucas sometimes, and he's mental. He made the tackles that he needed to against Zach Charbonnet. That's why Zach Charbonnet didn't have a fantastic game today, because he was getting 3-yard gains a lot of the time, and it's because of guys like Jared Verse and the entire defense of the Rams, why this Rams defense is kind of stifling against the run. We talk about what went well. That fourth quarter comeback, oh my God. 16 points down, and it's not the cleanest game from both sides of the ball tonight, but hell, that is first in the NFC West, and that is first in the NFC. Rashid Shaheed's punt return touchdown, 8:03 in the fourth quarter of this game, was the juice that made the Seahawks come back, man. I love this special teams unit. Is the best we've ever seen from a Seahawks unit. Point blank, period. Fantastic game yesterday night. Like I look at this, and this is the type of team. That fourth quarter is so pivotal. That fourth quarter is the best fourth quarter we've had all season. I was about to come on here last night and rip this team a new one if the game ended the way it did, for the 16-point lead, if the Rams could have held on to that, because it wasn't a good game. The defense, stood on their head in the fourth when it mattered and got the win. So let's keep it up, and let's play a full 60 minutes next time on the field against the Carolina Panthers, because we clinched the playoff spot, baby. We clinched a playoff spot. That means the first time in 3 seasons I will be doing Seahawk game recaps for the playoffs. That's insane. That's brilliant. So I love to see the win here against the LA Rams. What to improve on? The play calling in this game from Clint Kubiak was extremely conservative in that first half of football. For me, when it comes to playoff time, you can't be that conservative. Again, 6 passes for Sam Darnold in the entire first half. Um, no, no. I understand that week 11 didn't go so well in the passing game. 4 interceptions from Sam Darnold. Terrible performance. But good God, Clint. Kenneth Walker had a legacy game. He had a fantastic game. But if you decide to keep throwing screen passes, short passes, in that first half, Sam Darnold did not push the ball downfield. He didn't. He literally didn't. Because of the play calling, he literally didn't. He had the six pass attempts. 4 of them were completions, and they were dink and dunks. They were checkdowns. He did not get a pass in the first half over 10 yards. JSN had 1 target in the first half entirely. You can't have that. So the play calling is getting a little bit on my nerves here. I understand against the LA Rams, they are a damn good team. They're one of the best teams in the NFC, but you can't play scared. And as soon as you let Sam Darnold let the ball loose a little bit, yeah, sure, he threw 2 picks, but then he came back and kept throwing the rock. He kept throwing the rock. You kept letting him throw the rock. And he got it into the end zone a couple times, erasing his deficit of 2 interceptions with the 2 touchdowns. You ended up winning the game. So that's what needs to happen. The playoffs are a feral beast. There are no weak teams in the playoffs. None. So you need to kind of stop with the conservatism and start realizing that your playoff hopes live and die by your explosive passing game, like you were doing at the beginning of the year. Let's get that figured out. Let's figure out how we can get Cooper Kupp more involved. Let's figure out how we can get Rashid Shaheed more involved, which we've been doing. We're missing Torrey Horton, but Torrey Horton is a 5th-round pick from this year. If you're missing Torrey Horton that bad, there's a problem. You need to stop with the conservative play calling. Still run your game plan. Still run the ball. Still be a run-first team if you want. But you need to push the ball downfield and try to get explosive plays because you can. We've seen you do it. The last couple of games, you've been a lot more conservative than I would have liked. For the defense, man, that fourth quarter was the only highlights that I can say that this team did. Because, man, it was looking bleak. It was looking bleak the entire way into the fourth quarter. You get a spark and it works out. But again, I'm going to mention it. The run game. This was the worst D-line performance I have seen from the Seahawks all season long because they were getting pushed around. You can't have that in playoff time, boys. I am glad you showed up in the fourth quarter because you needed to, but we rely too much on second half adjustments, especially down the stretch this season in the second half of the season. The explosive offense left us, and the ability for second half adjustments is great. Glad you can adjust, but maybe come in with a more cohesive game plan so that you don't have to make so many second half adjustments and completely come out like a different team in the second half. Overall, that is 2 very stressful games back to back here for the Seahawks. Week 15, you didn't score a single touchdown, 18 points, 6 field goals for Jason Myers against the Colts. You win out that one. And then you go in OT on Thursday Night Football against the Rams. First seed in the NFC, first seed in the NFC West, and you win it in overtime. You take over first place. You show up against a rival, and it's a really, really close game. You come back from a 16-point deficit in the fourth quarter to win that game. But oh my God, my heart, I'm gonna have to start sending you guys a bill for like blood pressure medication. I swear. I'm happy with the win, guys. Like, good. Good job, but please, for me and every Seahawks fan out there, wherever you're living at, can we please just have a non-stressful game against the Rams? I don't know what it is. But that would be really nice. Good win, boys. Let's see if we keep up this momentum. We clinched the playoff spot, baby. We clinched the playoff spot. I knew this team was special. Let's keep it going. Let's face the LA Rams, or let's face the Carolina Panthers next week. For the LA Rams, you guys, I hate you guys. I really do. You guys are such a good team. Let's be honest. Sean McVay is hyper aggressive. He went for it 5 times in this game on fourth down, 3 times in the first half alone. Like, what kind of madman is that hyper aggressive in the league? Like, this is it's insane to see. Like, the only guy I can say for a comparison that's that insane is probably Dan Campbell of the Detroit Lions. But you guys lost a close one, man. You guys blew a 16-point lead, but good God, are you guys a playoff team for sure? It's always a stressful time in the NFC West because we have to face you guys 2 times. It's mental. You guys are a really balanced unit. Puka Nakua is your star receiver, and Devontae Adams was again out for this game. So you didn't get to use Devontae Adams, but you still found ways to get other guys the ball. Your 13 personnel, I want to talk about that for a minute. The 13 personnel thing that you guys use with Colby Parkinson and the rest of them, it's insane to look at that and go, holy crap, you guys play so well out of that. And your guys run game is so insane with Blake Corum and Kareem Williams. Like, it's mental. That is it for this Seahawk game recap of week 16, Thursday night football. Seattle Seahawks versus the LA Rams. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. How do you feel about this game? And we've clinched. We've clinched a playoff spot. Yeah. Let's go. Anyways, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And go Hawks go. Let's move on to Carolina in week 17.